So apparently, Onision has woken up to the fact that all his guaranteed money is forfeit. And what I mean by guaranteed money are those sweet, sweet Patreon dollars. If you're talking about why this transpired too, we will cover it in just a minute. But essentially, he was banned for doxing. He put out some messages there. They had a phone number attached to it, and he had all of that money removed. And we'll talk about how much money was in that. Now, all the while, he watches everything that he's put together fall apart as Chris Hansen knocks on the door. And a lot of people are aware of this. I mean, if you want to see how many people are cognizant of what's happening, look at these numbers. And remember, these aren't views for a video. These are views for live streams. You have a month ago, Chris Hansen sitting down with Shiloh. It's 1 million views. 1 million freaking views for a live stream. Looking at these other numbers, you have a 540,000 view live stream. Remember, all of these are live streams. You see all of this information being passed on, and quite a few people are watching this and watching Onision break down. When I say breakdown, too, I really do think that the guy is having a literal meltdown. I mean, sure, he's putting out videos, he's trying to garner clicks, but while he's doing that, he knows that the ride can't last, that all of the money is coming crashing down, and I think that what we're watching here is a guy having a breakdown, real time, and trying to pretend that it's otherwise. I say that with a certain type of knowledge behind that, too. I've seen people have breakdowns. This is what they look like, and I hope to God that this person is not dangerous. So, hey there. So today I want to return to that world where we cover Onision. And when I talk about this, I'm not saying that this guy does not deserve due process. I have a certain opinion of this guy. It is not a good opinion of him, but in the same sense, I am not the legal authority. If you have a standard out there, you have to stick to that standard. So what we're doing here is we're talking about this, and you can tell I do have a certain opinion of him. It is a very, very low opinion, but still, I think that you should go out, inform yourself on it. And again, when we're talking about this stuff, being informed on it is one thing. Setting up a social media lynch mob, that's another. So when we're talking about this Patreon stuff, I want to show you how he's trying to bring this back. Totally not him, though, doing this. Totally not him. This is supposedly some random account that has set this stuff up. And, well, it's only had 24 signatures on it. But look at this. Look at how all of this stuff is portrayed. The strongest people still smile. On November 27th, Patreon has biasly convicted Onision due to allegations that he proved to be false. Despite the rebuttals, Onision has remained a target for the benefit of certain individuals who would rather get paid for propagating lies about Onision instead of getting a job or having anything creative to contribute to the world, in the sense that they provide no entertainment, activism, I'm going to say there, advice, etc. Unfortunately, things similar have happened several times to innocent people, but in different contexts. For example, Rodney Reed. He was convicted of a crime that he never did, and those doing the conviction didn't care for the evidence that is not in favor of their ideals. Man, this is hard to read with all the typos to it. The entire time, it was his accusers who were guilty. Onision's position is similar in the sense that he is being punished, again, despite proving literally everyone wrong for crimes he didn't commit, and his accusers are illegal drug users, proven liars, proven cheats, have BPD, etc. Onision is a comedian, activist, actor, musician, author, YouTuber, etc. Having hundreds of millions of views on his channel, these complex roles have provided him reach out a variety of people, therefore profited many platforms who have demonetized, I thought that was demonized him, literally taking the paycheck that he needs in order to survive and provide for his family. Well, you look past preconceived notions and stand up for what's right. Now, you see this petition coming out, and along with that petition, one of these videos actually apologizes, sort of, for what transpires. Sort of. And again, we would cover that in Onision's own words. I would actually let him speak on the subject, but the thing is that if I put him in this video, he will flag that video. He flags every stinking video that comes along with it, even when it allows him to have his own voice. Because, his own voice choice, it's poison in a lot of senses. If you look at this stuff, like I said, he's been having a breakdown. And why wouldn't he? If you look at the scrutiny that's being established with him, there's a lot of it there. And I realize, too, that people out there are crazy. I will definitely give you that. But Onision seems to be one of the crazies out there. People will fabricate evidence. That is very true. People will go out. They will try to ruin and defame. They do that all the time just because it's fun. They will create all kinds of misdirection and on. In Onision's case, though, what's interesting about it is he has gone out and recorded most of these things for you. If you want to know about his past, you just have to look at his own recordings, because he went out and he kept very, very detailed logs of everything that transpired. Now, again, if you're wondering how he managed to get himself kicked off of Patreon, here is a article from Newsweek, NewsGeek, talking about who is Onision, YouTuber banned from Patreon after doxing. So Onision has been banned from Patreon after illegally doxing a woman online. On Sunday night, Onision posted text messages and the phone number of said accuser, who claimed that she had been harassed and groomed while living with Onision and his husband Kai. Now, The Verge confirms that those messages broke the Patreon TOS, violating the bully and harassment section of the community guidelines. Before the ban, Onision had 560 Patreon supporters. He actually had about 563, I believe, donating at least $5 a month, which is not correct. We don't know the at least there because Graphitron doesn't catch it. He actually didn't have that shown. To get access to private Instagram and the use of forums for Onision's fans. The news of the ban seems to have been rough on Onision, who has been posting videos from his YouTube channel. In a video titled, "Wow, I think you should watch that too," Onision pours a bottle. He basically sets down in this. He starts having a breakdown before he starts pouring this bottle over him and saying, "Oh, I'm covered with. You know, trying to make it anything but a breakdown. It's very cringy to watch. But it also, again, it shows you a mind that seems to be in distress. Then he goes with, "What am I going to do now?" He says as he contorts his body and face on the floor. 11 hours later, he posted the video "Sorry," where he claims he hasn't slept in 20 hours, and the news of his Patreon ban is causing him distress. Now, Onision has created a new website where supporters can donate money to him, similar to the now defunct Patreon, offering the same rewards. The site claims that this product was selected to give you guys the best experience possible, far more organized and efficient than before, but it currently has no active forum. Now, it goes into, of course, what's going on, who this guy is. I mean, there's a lot of information that actually is attached to this stuff, and there has been a lot of investigation into him. If you want to check that out, Repsion has done a lot of that. Again, I'm not here to really break all of that down. Now, we're talking about money loss, too. I mean, I really want to give you an idea of what type of income he was afforded with this every month, no matter what he did. I mean, he could do anything that he wanted. Now, if you look at this, you know, for the longest time, I mean, he had some heavy Patreon backing. You know, if we look at his lifetime backing, at one time he was pulling down almost $4,500. But the last time that we actually have verified income, we saw about $1,614. That was about $4 a person. Now, if you look at this graph here, you'll notice that he had a lot of back and forth. And with all this drama, he's actually had some people pick up and start supporting him again. You notice the climb here. And the climb, it ended at 563 people. If we're talking about $4 here, we're talking about a little over $2,200. So yeah, I mean, you're talking about something that was probably affording him the ability to live. I mean, when you look at this too, the reason for that, I mean, you see the fall off with things like Twitter, you see the fall off on things like YouTube, but if you go in and you start looking looking at other metrics, what you'll provide in this also is the interest in Onision. This stuff is usually graded from about a 1 to 100. I don't have it pulled up in front of me here, but for the longest time, Onision rated about a 4 to a 7. He's not mentioned that often. Even when he has controversy come up, it's not over a 10. When you have Chris Hansen get involved, that interest level, it peaks to about a 35. And well, it could have been higher. It could have been much higher. You see a lot of videos coming out on him. Like I said, I would ask you to go out and reference all of the videos that are out there talking about this stuff. And what we're probably going to see down the road are actual investigations into it. I mean, if any of these stories, they actually have credibility to them, again, I want to stress this. Due process should be afforded to anyone. But if any of these have credibility to them, it looks like he may have violated the Mann Act. He may have violated other laws within that. And yeah, law enforcement, they may well have a field day. Now, we've seen other people be able to fight this kind of stuff off in the past. We've seen convention owners and other people be able to fight any kind of accusation for decades. But the one thing that they had in their court was money. We're not talking about thousands of dollars covering them either. We're talking about tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I don't think Onision had that to begin with. Here, however, like I said, he's probably going to start having trouble paying his basic bills. These views, I mean, if you think about what he's making with this stuff, he's not making huge money here. With the shortness of these videos at about 2 to 3 minutes, 183,000 clicks, yes, he's making a few $100s per video, but that kind of stuff, he's not going to live on it, or he's not going to live well on it. He's watching everything, like I said, fall apart, and as he does, it looks like he's falling apart. The scariest thing about that is that I think that could actually pose a risk to other people. He has made threats out there. Again, he says it's just talking, but he's talking about his purple people eater, talking about, well, a certain type of weapon out there, going to visit people. Again, you've got to take those things seriously, especially when somebody looks like they're in the middle of a mental health crisis. Again, I'm not around him, but I would really, really caution people, including Onision, if you're having issues out there, you better talk to a professional, because when everything falls apart, people can be dangerous to self and others, and we do not want things going that way. But anyway, you tell me what you think about this stuff. I mean, when you watch it, it is definitely a mess. I've thought about, while I'm going through this stuff too, actually looking at his books, actually reading through them. I wonder if anybody would want to actually hear that stuff. I'm curious. I mean, there are already reviews out there, but as I look into this more, I'm more and more curious about it, and I wonder, is that investment of time worth it? Because, oh man, I tried to look at a few chapters of one, thought I was going to pull my hair out, but anyway. So, ending this, I want to thank you for showing up. I want to thank you for participating. You make endeavors possible. Crazy people out there, they forget it all the time. I think this was one of those people that forgot that too. They forgot exactly how they got to be the king of the heap. And well, when you get to be the king of the heap and you forget about it, you start sinking into the garbage that you put out time and again. That stuff happens. It's inevitable with people. And while some of these people are on top, they do crazy things, and that it always catches up. I don't want to sound like these people. I want to learn from what these people do, their missteps and mistakes. So I want to take this time to thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. You want to help us out with our interactions. That is definitely appreciated, but you just spending your time here is too. So anyway, leave your comments, pro or con. You can say whatever you want there. YouTube may remove it, but I won't. I'm curious what you think about this stuff, and well, join us next time as we cover something, maybe even Onision, depending on what comes up. Thank you.